The Lake Dunstan Cycle Trail starts at Pisa Moorings and runs down the side of the lake to Cromwell. From here it follows the Cornwell arm of the lake up to Bannockburn and then goes up to Cornish Point back towards Cromwell and then down to Clyde. The section of the ride that we're doing today goes from Cornish Point and will end in the small town of Clyde. This is the most picturesque part of the trail in my view, and shows the most rugged scenery and most varied terrain. Several places along the trail, the track has been bolted to the rocks and gives a suspended boardwalk, which is great fun to ride. Actually bolted onto the rock cliff, so suspended out over the water. Quite impressive, nice feat of engineering. stop for a coffee and a burger before beginning the ascent up the Cairnmuir ladder. Point on the ride, 324 metres above sea level. Here we are up the top of the Cairnmuir ladder, looking down Lake Dunstan towards Clyde, our destination, way down there to the right, out of sight. See the great schist tor topography here, old erosion remnants. And you can get a decent look at some of the landscape here and how desert like it is. This is New Zealand's closest approximation to a Mediterranean desert. About 300 to 350 millimetres of rainfall a year around this area, so pretty dry. Okay, this is said, we've made it over the Canmure ladder. We're about 10k into the trip. It's about 30k total length of the Dunstan Trail. So not far to go. It's a nice day, a little bit of breeze, keep cool, not many people on the trail at this time of year. Christmas time, it's incredibly busy here, very, very busy. Lots of people riding this trail, mainly on e-bikes, mainly old people like me. I've done it about 6 times, not on a normally aspirated bike, but I've gone to the dark side, as you're aware, and I'm now riding an e-bike. This is my second trip down here, so we'll go down to Clyde, catch a coffee, and then we'll ride back. So it's a bit over an hour if you don't stop to get down to Clyde, but yeah, a fantastic environment to ride and just beautiful scenery. And as you'll see as I turn the camera around in a minute, there's a road across the lake which takes you through to the east coast, the major city of Dunedin on the east coast of the South Island. The original road here used to be under this lake. So when they put the Clyde Dam in, the Clutha River used to flow in here through quite a steep gorge, but now it's buried under this lake, and that's where it's going to remain. Again, all this beautiful dry schist covered in thyme. All those shrubby plants you can see all over the landscape here are thyme. It smells beautiful when the flowers are all coming out, which they're just starting to do now. Here's the Hugo Bridge. over 24 kilometres. It's taken us just over an hour and 6 minutes riding time, so it doesn't include our stops. Well, here we are at the Clyde Dam, Lake Dunstan behind me. This lake is fed by Lake Hawea, Lake Wanaka and Lake Wakatipu, which is where Queenstown's located. So a huge catchment area of land feeds the water that goes through this dam. I'm not sure how many megawatts it produces, but it's pretty significant. It's a major power producer for New Zealand. And if we walk across the other side of the dam, you can see the village of Clyde, which is where we're heading for coffee. And you can understand that it was very important that when they discovered that this dam was sitting on a fault line, they figured out how to make it relatively resistant to earthquakes, because that little village down there would not last long if this dam broke. It would be gone in an instant. Anyway, time to head into the village below and grab a coffee before we turn around and cycle back.